Well, the Black Bear School was just rough. And I used to call it, even, no kind of pun intended, I used to even call it the animal school of chess. I mean, who plays 30 games, 5-minute games? We're not even talking about 3-minute games, which today is more popular, but 5-minute chess games for $5 a game. Now, the philosophy of the Bear School was classic. I was a Harlem guy. Remember, I'm a Harlem guy. So these are Brooklyn guys. And at the time, I didn't really know what I was getting into. I mean, I had, Ronnie was a monster, William was a monster, Steve was a monster. Of course, Maurice speaks for himself, who became the first black GM. And what was so beautiful about it is that the brothers wanted to create their own status system. Usually, we only measured ourselves against the let's say, the white chess players. They were GMs. They were top 10 players in the world. But when the Bear School comes, these guys, for the first time, now develop a kind of hierarchy within the black community. It was competitive. One of the great things is they said you had to play a chess game for money. And what that means is that anybody can say, I'm better than you, but you have to put your money on the table to prove that you were actually better than a person. So that was a big stipulation in the Bear School. Trash talking went out of the window if you were playing for $5 a game. And particularly back in the 90s and 80s, $5 wasn't cheap. $5 a game may not be anything significant now. But because those wars were so serious, I think it caused everybody to study. It caused us to focus. And we knew that your standing, it created a kind of status in the community for black chess players. And the fact that it produced the first black grandmaster, and Maurice Ashley, that says it all. William Morris essentially is an IM. He has two IM norms. And Ronnie Simpson, the late great Ronnie Simpson, was a brilliant chess player. I mean, we've seen that guy take down GMs. And maybe one of my favorite things is when Yasser Seirawan tried to spot Ronnie Simpson, some ridiculous odds, and he just killed him. And that's all because of the spirit of the Black Bear School. So it was a great school to be a part of. I was a latecomer in the school, but I did play Leon, I did play Ronnie, and I did play William, and I did play Steve. So. First thing, I think chess in America will be greatly influenced by the fact that we have now a world champion in Magnus Carlsen from the West. I think there will be a lot. The fact that even the recent development of Maurice holding $1 million tournament in Las Vegas. I think chess has to be, for chess to work worldwide, I think it has to work in America from a financial basis. We are still producing GMs, which is good to see. We're still producing young GMs. I think you have to measure a culture by how many grandmasters, how many masters that it produces. One of the significant developments in chess is the scholastic movement in America. The fact that chess is now a part of the curriculum in many schools. Chess, by the way, this is from my personal experience and some of the studies that I've seen, is that chess sometimes doesn't even measure how good you're going to be as a student, but it measures your ability to take a test. Meaning the focus skills and the transferable skills that you get from the chessboard actually translates to being great test takers. So what that means in terms of the school system is that people misjudge the school system as measuring you from your grades. It actually doesn't. The school system measures you from your test taking and your ability to get into top schools. You can have all the best grades in the world, but if you don't pass that test, you're not going to get into the school. So chess players end up getting into top schools. So if you want to look at one of the benefits of chess in terms of an academic skill or the beneficiary or the benefits for children, one of the things that you see is that chess players are getting into top schools. Well, obviously, we had the time that chess could have made this arc, and not to go back, but I think we had it in Bobby Fischer. By all accounts, still today, I think they put all the world champions in a computer. And would you believe that the Fischer scored 2-1 over all the world champions? In other words, the computer shows Fischer's moves over all the other world champions. He was just a freak of nature. He was able to learn the language within 3 months. And I think at the time it was romantic. This is one man. It's like Neo in the Matrix taking on the agents. And so Fischer takes on the whole Soviet school by himself. So it rose. He was a charismatic figure. He was a priest of the game. So I think it would help to have an American champion, world champion. But saying that, I mean, maybe we don't need necessarily an American world champion. The other way about this is that we need more people playing chess. And the fact that chess is being integrated into the schools, the more people play chess, they will see the beauty of the game. America, America is the business of business. America is about making money. And at a certain point, a grandmaster performance does not necessarily elicit financial gain. We play chess for the love of the game. In Russia, where chess is popular, remember, one of the reasons why chess was powerful in Russia is because of government support. In the history of chess, there was never really any government support. The Russians were the first ones, the Soviets were the first ones to bring government support into chess. But they also had a culture that supported it. So when Tao was playing Botvinnik in 1960, people were going crazy. When Tao would sacrifice a piece, there would be applause in the audience. There's even a story told with Botvinnik when Tao sacked, and Botvinnik would hear the applause in the audience, and he would his face would turn red. So that type of idea that chess is a spectator sport, I think the only way that's possible in America is when we show the beauty of the game to the people. Well, I like the Jays. I really do like the Jays, the Jerons, the Joshuas, the Justice, and the James. There's a lot of talent. I mean, not just here. I played this young kid the other day, Ryan Goldberg. There's a lot of talent. New York probably has the most GMs in the country for one state. Probably has the most IMs in the country. I mean, we can brag. We had Kamsky living in New York. We had Nakamura living in New York, and we still have Kasparov living in New York. So that's how competitive. You can go to a New York tournament and play Kamsky or Nakamura any given time when they were frequenting the New York tournaments. But yeah, I do like these Jays. I mean, I think they bring a lot of energy to chess. At this point, Justice seems to be the most complete, the most patient. I love the tactical ability of James, this incredibly dynamic player. And I love the all-around play of Joshua. He makes it look easy, So, and in terms of the African American school, I think we always had a lineage of talent. But in terms of opportunities, in terms of this, software and the technology that now allows you to push your talent to a certain level, this generation has the best chance of producing GMs.